Okay, so we're here after the Champions Classic game. Michigan State goes into Cameron. I don't know if I really say goes into Cameron.
That wasn't Cameron.
Yeah, they played in Durham, but got the win 75-69 over Duke. Pretty much dominated the game after the first 7 minutes, maybe.
If that.
Yeah.
I think it might have been about 4.5 minutes, and that was
then
it turned.
Duke came out real strong. I mean, I like the energy that they came out with. Just they're gonna have to figure out a way to sustain that for 40 minutes. Obviously, 4+ minutes is not enough, especially to beat a team as good and as old as Michigan State is.
It looked like they struggled to score. It looked like the first couple minutes of the game, they were playing with high energy because the ball was going through the basket. And then as soon as they kind of caught cold there, sometimes, especially at that age in college, when your shot's not falling, it affects the other end. And it looked like their energy kind of got zapped. And then they got it back, but it's too late at that point. And when you have to play perfect basketball, it's usually not gonna work. So, it was.
I like their defense early, right? Like to me, the first 4 minutes, it was like their defense gave them that confidence to be able to get out in transition a little bit, score, and then all of a sudden, man, their defense failed them. And Michigan State, listen, guys, it's not like they blew me away here.
No.
Point guard.
Yeah, no, the game wasn't like Michigan State wasn't doing anything that like you said blew us away. I didn't see anything. There wasn't a special performance. They just played solid basketball the whole game. And I mean, anytime you're at one point Duke was 1 for 16 from three, or I mean, if you're 1 for, you're digging yourself a pretty big hole there. It's tough to beat anybody, going 1 for 16 from three. So I thought they should have tried to get to the basket more. If you're not shooting the ball well, you got to get to the basket. And it didn't seem like we did that. It did in the end. We were getting to the basket and we weren't finishing. The guys I can't tell you how many layups we missed at the win. So, again, that all stems from just frustration. And, it just looks like, Michigan State had a more solid group out there on the floor. And definitely, I don't know the age of those guys, but it looked like they had guys who had been in college.
They're older.
Yeah, they're definitely older.
Clearly older for the most part. And I mean, Josh Langford's probably older than both of you guys. So, they had some older dudes. Hey.
He's probably Austin's age. He's probably Austin's age. I may have played against him. I might have. I mean.
Dre, you're 29. What are you, Austin?
I'm 28.
28. All right. So I mean, he's probably 23.
No, he might be.
That big difference. But they're all older. Listen, Michigan State's older. There was no home court advantage. I thought that was huge.
That's what Izzo's teams are, though. I mean, they're always solid teams. They don't ever. I mean, not always. They do have some wow factors, here and there. But even when their teams don't have NBA players, they're always really good teams that just play well together. They always play well and they play hard. It's like, when the team a couple years ago and they beat Duke. We had Zion and RJ and all these guys, but they just play solid the whole game. And they were able to pull it out then. So, tonight, obviously we don't have those type of players, on this Duke team, but I like was it Goldwire? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yep.
Back up.
His energy was great. He kept him in the game. Not with his offense, but just with his energy. I liked his energy the whole game. And I thought the Johnson, the freshman, I thought he should have been more assertive. I know he came off a big game. Sometimes you can kind of relax when you have a big game. I wanted him to be, especially when the shot wasn't falling, I want him to be a force. It's not like Michigan State had big rim protection. I thought he could have went to the basket and, dominated the game. So I will say this: if they're going to lose, I like them losing this early. Lose early like this. Learn from stuff like this. I'm sure Johnson and all these guys will look at film, and I'm sure Coach K will be on them. So we'll be interested to see how they bounce back.
Yeah, I mean, Kind of what you were saying earlier, Austin. Like Michigan State team, they're always going to be there. Having played them multiple times in college, you're not gonna.
You had that game.
Oh yeah, hey, yeah.
The Garden.
Yeah.
Dre won that game.
Come on now.
That was crazy. I remember that.
How many threes you hit?
6.
Did it? Was it 6?
Yeah, like what? Like 24, 25?
26, I think.
26, yeah. My bad. I showed you. My bad.
Yeah, come on now. Give me all my points. I need all of them.
My bad. No, I remember that.
No, but like even in that game, and the game Kyrie went off in Cameron, like they're still there.
Yeah, they're always gonna be there. You're not gonna
at the end of the game. So I think being a bit young and getting off to that start, going up 10 quick, they kind of thought, okay, this will be simple, and it's just not going to work that way. Especially in the ACC, teams like Virginia and Carolina and the like, and you keep going down the line. Florida State, those teams aren't going anywhere. You go up a few points and they don't care, and that's just what Michigan State did. They just kept playing, and they knew if they just kept playing that things would turn around. And
I also didn't like the way they played offense tonight was as if we have like incredible ISO players. Like someone would pass and then they would look to see if they had ISO. They didn't. They'd pass. It didn't seem like we had any flow to the game. And again, now I don't think that's on Duke's coaching. I just think it has to do with Michigan State's. They slowed the game down. You remember the game started and Duke's pace was crazy. It was like
right.
4. And then Michigan State did a really good job of making it their game. They made it a Michigan State game. They made the game ugly. They were physical. And it looked like, they were able to just totally – I remember I was looking at it. I was like, oh, they better blow this team out. And I came back and looked at the game, and they were up, down – or Michigan State was up 10.
Mm-hmm.
So it flipped quick.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like we shot bad shots. We shot a lot of bad
absolutely.
shots.
What Michigan State was doing early, it flipped around. It was almost like Michigan State was settling for the threes, weren't making them. And then all of a sudden, Duke started doing that, and it's not like Michigan State. Yeah, they had some size, but they didn't have a rim protector either.
No.
So, like you said, Austin, if I'm Jalen, I would have been he's the one guy that I felt like is capable of putting on the floor, attacking, finishing through contact, finishing over dudes, right? Like everybody else, you kind of look like Wendell Moore wasn't good tonight. Like Matthew Hurt can score.
Yeah.
He's got a perfect face-up 4-man. So you've got that. Like, I wonder how much was the point guard play.
I mean, do you see the one move Jalen made when he jabbed right, went left, took the bump, and finished with the left hand?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he could have done that all game. You know what I mean?
Well, that's how they started the game. They had Michigan State had 5 fouls in the first, 3 minutes. And I'm like, just do that, keep just attack. And, like you guys are saying, shoot, they just started settling. And honestly, for a team like this, 23 threes is just 23 3-point attempts is too much. They don't have.
They're not a good. Are they? We don't really have a.
No, we don't have a sniper.
Hurt can shoot it.
Hurt can shoot. Yeah, Hurt can. Joey can shoot it. Joey can shoot it. But Joey's not playing huge minutes.
Right.
DJ can stroke it a little bit, but for Jalen, I would say until they show consistently that they're gonna meet you at the rim and stop you from scoring, then you just do that. Make them do that. Make them stop you at the rim, because more often than not, if it's a play at the rim, the ref's gonna blow the whistle. Especially in college,
It looked like Michigan State packed the paint though. Every time Jalen every time he tried to score, they were sitting there on all boxes and elbows. It looked like Michigan State's game plan was somebody else has to score other than you.
Yeah,
and I mean, have to beat us.
Yeah, and they're gonna have to find guys to be able to make those shots when defenses are locked in. Yeah. And I don't think they can play that style and be successful. Austin, your year, we could play that way. We could kind of just play ball screens. We could give you the ball. We could give Seth the ball and let you guys play in ball screens with Ryan or Mason and, if you have it, then Seth and I are somewhere spotted up. And if Seth has it, then you and I are somewhere spotted up. And so, coming off pick and rolls, if it's Ryan, you got to pick and pop. He can shoot. You obviously, and Seth obviously can make your own play. And then, you got me somewhere ready to shoot. So even when defenses are going to collapse on you guys, there were people that could knock down shots. And so that's kind of what they have to find. And I think they should probably look at some 2010 tape and I'm serious, and kind of look at kind of the offense that we ran then, because we had a lot of talent, but it wasn't, we weren't just running ball screens because that's just not the team that we were. The ball was moving around, and I think that's important. If they can get the ball to go from one side to the other multiple times in a possession,
they weren't doing that at all.
No,
I felt like that.
You can see it start to move and then just stop, and it's like it's not going to work.
It looked like everybody was looking for an ISO or looking for a play. I think when things aren't going your way, everybody tries to be a hero. Like Andre said, if you don't have like a bona fide scorer, then ball movement has to be key. Like if this is going to be a Duke team that in the past, not to say that they don't have talent on this team, they have a lot. Hurd and
they don't have that one dude. They don't have that one dude that you watch.
Bona fide scorer, right? So just like
Austin.
That's the case. You have to have ball movement. You have to have ball movement, and I think they should play at a high speed, high pace, tons of passing, back cut.
It worked early.
Yeah. I think that's going to be the key to them moving forward and being successful.
Yeah, absolutely. Just in order to play at that pace, you're going to have to be 9 or 10 deep, and you're going to have to trust that you can go 9 or 10 deep. And either that, or you're going to just have to have 7 guys in incredible shape, which, that's just hard to do. So,
and you can't this year because with COVID, you better play 9 dudes.
Because you never know when someone will be out.
Michigan State's defense was incredible, by the way.
Yeah.
They defend well. They make them shoot tough shots every time. Michigan State, it just looked like they played Michigan State basketball the whole time, and Duke kind of got out of their Duke basketball. You know what I mean? I think in college, with only 30 minutes or, however long, the game is, you just don't have that much time.
It's 40 minutes, Austin.
Is it 40 minutes? Oh, I forgot.
Austin forgets.
It's been so long.
Part of this whole podcast. Austin thinks college is a 30-minute game. Austin,
that's how easy it was for him in college.
How many minutes did you guard in college?
5.
No. I take the under. There's no way you guarded 5 minutes.
I can defend, bro.
Well, that's why we had to score so much. I wasn't guarding nobody.
I know you can. You just didn't want to.
At Duke, we were, man, that team was, we're not even going to go down that road. Let's save that for another time. I need a glass of Henny before I go down that road.
I rip on Tatum all the time because he didn't guard at Duke either.
That's because
that team,
buckets, man.
Dude, that team should have won.
He was busy getting buckets.
He was. He couldn't shoot the 3 either.
That team should have won.
He can shoot the 3 now.
Damn right.
He can shoot whatever he wants now.
He can do whatever he wants now. Wait, what do you guys? I don't want to hijack the deal, but I do want to know, while we got Austin here, your greatest moment at Duke, the thing you miss the most at Duke. I know you're going to say the Carolina shot. I get it.
Yeah.
But besides that, what do you miss most when you think back to your college career or just being on campus at Duke? What do you miss?
I miss when you're at that age, you play basketball with a different spirit. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's so much not about you, if that makes sense. It's so much about just you're playing for your university, you're playing for your program, you're playing for your coach, you play for one another. And don't get it twisted. Everybody there is trying to play well because everybody wants to go to the NBA. I get it. But it's just a difference. It's like when you play high school basketball, when you play AAU, and then you play college, it's just different. You know what I mean? It's that's something you can't get back. And I wasn't there long, so I didn't get to enjoy it that much. And that was something that you look back and you're like, man, that I wish I would have enjoyed that moment more. There's a lot of things I could have done better. Just I don't want to keep going down this road, but like, just enjoying hanging out with your teammates. I mean, where else? That's what was great about the bubble. It felt like college. We were all next to each other and hanging out. It felt like I was in college again, when we were in the bubble. And that's like something that at Duke, you're on this old campus, and it's so much about basketball there. I think that was the coolest thing too. Going to a program like a Michigan State or Duke or Carolina, the passion and support you get is unmatched. It's not like that in the pros. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just not.
Guys just go home, right? I mean, generally, other than the bubble, you might hang out with a guy or two, but for the most part,
yeah, I mean, guys hang out, but it's not like college. I mean, college, you're moving with somebody, man. Like you got to live with each other. You know what I mean? It's different.
I remember who you live with. Remember when I came in your freshman year with Alex? I came into your room. I don't know if Kay. I don't know if we can say this because Kay might get mad at you, Alex, and me. But I remember coming in when, like before the season started. I must have come in for.
What are you going to say?
Something.
You're not about to say nothing. What you said? You came in the room. What did you say?
No, I wasn't. I was just saying.
Oh, I was going to say. Hold on.
He's about to mess it all the way up.
No. I was trying to remember when it was. I was trying to remember if it was preseason or during the season, but yeah, I mean, listen, the camaraderie's got to be, completely different. I mean, I covered at AAU, I covered at college, I covered some NBA, and I see the difference. I mean, it's a business.
I don't mean from the players, because in the NBA, everybody plays a passion in the NBA. I meant just from like everyone.
Yeah, everyone around. Yeah.
I mean, where do you play? Like, where can you simulate playing the game like in Cameron? You can't. I mean, you can't. You can't simulate that. So I just think stuff like that is, you take it for granted, man. Like you go there and you're just hooping and like you just think this is basketball, and then you leave and you realize how special something was, but it's already too late. You're gone. And that's the thing I regret most about Duke, is I didn't enjoy it as much as I should have. Everybody always asks me, how did I like Duke? I'm like, I liked it. I should have loved it. You know what I mean? But I didn't let myself love it. I was so focused on doing other things instead of being a part of something that like kids would die to be a part of.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest regret I have from playing college basketball.
Yeah.
And that's also the greatest thing I did enjoy, though, is just being a part of that, though, at the same time. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I think it's just once you become a professional player, you see like it flips. It's just a business now. It's not, it's nothing else. In college, obviously there's a piece of it that's business, but it is still, it's still fun.
Making that bread.
Yeah, no, it's definitely still a business.
Paid, man.
Yeah, but it's it is still, that campus life and the home court and things like that. It's just different, and you got people who really care about you.
Are you guys worried about college basketball? I mean, just with players going to G League and overseas, or
yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think I'm worried about that, because I don't think that many kids are gonna, like, unless Adam Silver says we want to get them all and we're gonna pay everybody $500,000.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's not that many spots that they're gonna pay that much money for.
I don't think he wants to do that. I don't know what Adam Silver's end game is here. I really don't. Is it just to keep kids away from going to Europe, or is it to build up the G League? Because nobody watches the damn G League.
No,
like, I don't care. You can have Jalen Green, Isaiah Todd, all these dudes in there. I'm not going to Portland, Maine. I might because I'm out of my mind. But like, most people aren't going to Portland, Maine to watch Jalen Green if he comes and plays the Portland, whatever they are, Sea Dogs, Claws.
Sioux Falls. The people will come out in Sioux Falls. That's for sure. They love the Skyforce in Sioux Falls.
All right. Well, what's there to do in Sioux Falls?
That's why everyone's at the games, because there's nothing else to do.
Yeah, I was just thinking of that. I didn't mean to get us off topic. I just was thinking just about guys like that are missing out on college basketball. I wonder how much of that will go forward.
Yeah. Well, I think the way to remedy that is to just let people go from high school to the NBA.
Totally. I mean, you would have went, right, Austin? You would have been gone. You never would have played college ball.
You can't answer that.
I don't know. I probably would have still went to. I don't know.
You would have. Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, you didn't have that option.
I don't think I was maturity wise. I don't think I was ready for the NBA at 17, 18 years old. I really don't. I'm serious. Even though I grew up around it, I don't think. I think people miss how much people miss it, and like people don't understand how much you can really gain from college basketball just for 1 year, and not from a basketball standpoint. I don't know how much better I got basketball wise, but just from a standpoint of me understanding like professionalism and understanding how to like handle adversity, and like you realize you're not as good as you think you are, and everybody also is really good too. Like there's a whole, so I can't imagine at 17, 18 doing that in the NBA. I mean, you saw how I was after my freshman year at Duke in my rookie season. It's not like I came in killing in the NBA. I struggled. So imagine me coming straight from high school. You know what I mean? So it was, I needed it personally. You know what I mean? Look at Anthony Davis, his body, the way he was built in high school. And then, you know what I mean? Like it takes time. The high school, man, you got to be like, to go straight from high school to the pros and play well. There's been very few who have done it right away.
Yeah, that's tough.
I don't know. KD wouldn't have been able to do it. I mean, KD needed that year at Texas.
Yeah, and at these super high level schools, it is essentially pro basketball. The way you move, the way you travel, the support staff, how you practice, how you prepare, lifting weights. It's professional. It's just not called professional.
Right. Facts. And half those dudes in these programs end up in the league, or at least in the league for a couple of years or around the league. I mean, yeah. I don't. You think about the whole. I mean, I just think about my times at Duke and the times I was challenged personally, and how much that was needed. So I don't know. You know, I wish I could see guys like Jalen Green. Plus, I don't know who doesn't want to go play for like a college for a year. Even if you're that good and you're going to be there for like only a year, like who doesn't want to have an alma mater? Like who doesn't want to have like a program they rep? Like who doesn't want to go to a college and experience that? Like I don't understand.
Come on, you could say you rep the G League Pathway Program.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And I get some kids are different financial situations.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not gonna knock nobody for getting your bread.
They need to. So
yeah, but like okay.
But at most, you're gonna not. It's what, 6 months of not making money.
I mean, I don't know if people want to hear this, but a lot of these guys going to these programs getting paid something anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whether people, come on, man.
Breaking news: Austin Rivers, kids get paid to go to college.
Well, I'm not saying that we don't know.
NCAA is not on the up and up.
I had to get a new agent a year or two ago because this whole thing went down.
I mean, but at most, if you go to school, I mean, you got 6 months and then you can make all the money you want, and the exposure is like insane. Look at Zion. Like he didn't have to play in college for a year. He would have been the number one pick whenever he left.
Regardless.
But his he couldn't raise his stock on the basketball court, but his stock off the court just is through the roof.
Oh, 100%. He got a $100 million deal from college basketball.
Yeah, like.
Well, the other thing is next year, guys are going to be able to make money.
Yep.
Through name, image, likeness. They may not be able to make $200,000. They're going to cap this. Like NCAA is not going to let guys just get there,
make millions of dollars.
That ain't happening.
Then shoot, you can just stay in college forever. For some guys, like Tim Tebow would have made $50 million at Florida for 4 years.
Right. I mean, you would have made money at Austin. You would have made
absolutely
good money at Duke.
Absolutely.
So maybe the difference isn't as much.
Why they do all this? They do all this shit when we leave.
I know. I'd have made a killing in Durham. For
you guys all
come on, man. Babyface assassin. I'd have been on every
Babyface assassin.
I'd have been at every car dealership in Durham. Come on, man.
Andre would have been selling himself to the dealerships.
Absolutely. Whatever, man.
Give me $100.
Yeah. Good. Just let me rent me a car, man. Let me get a car to drive. I ain't have a car till my junior year.
Give me a free car.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
I'll bring it back.
Whatever. Give me whatever you got. Oh, man. Do you guys think this Duke team has a star like this? Jalen Johnson.
Jalen's a star.
Tonight. Is he a star?
100%.
I think he's a star. I think he's
still raw.
He's raw. He's gonna have to figure out how to be a star night in and night out, and they're going to need him to. And yeah, I mean, just not settle as much. I don't, he's not going to fix
I think he's adjusting to the talent difference. You go from basketball to play Michigan State, but that's a big difference, man. Like it took time. Like, it took me time. It took me I didn't start out killing at Duke. It took me a couple games, man. Like I didn't start playing well, so we got to Maui. You remember that, Dre? It took me time to adjust to playing against other top talent every day and every night. Every practice I was going against you guys. Like it's just different. Yeah. So I think, it's going to take him time. I do think you're going to see his stock and his play just continue to develop.
Yeah.
It's there. I mean,
I
even
agree.
That one move, I know it's only one move, but he did moves tonight and stuff where you could see it's there. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
So I think he's going to have to be the star. If this team's going to go anywhere, it's going to have to be just elite coaching by Coach K. And it's going to have to be, Jalen's going to have to really put them in a situation where he can help even more.
Which he obviously can do. I think he's good with the ball in his hands. He can make plays. Matt, I think, played pretty well tonight. I think, he had 21 and like 11. I think he could have easily had like 29, 27, 29. Just finishing around the basket. I think he missed some bunnies that he probably would have liked to have back. Obviously Wendell's going to be big. And he's gonna have to play better than he's gonna have to play better than he did tonight. And like a DJ,
he didn't play well either.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna have to be consistent.
Right,
but
you can't have Wendell and DJ.
Yeah, I think this is
shooting it.
I think this is a team that you're gonna have to kind of just throw puzzle pieces together every night. Some days, I think Jalen and Matt have to be just solid night in and night out. And then, the third guy is going to be kind of a toss up night in and night out. And so you're going to have to like trust the guys and put them out there and see like, okay, is it his night? Is it Jamin's night? Is it Joey's night? Is it Wendell's night? Is it DJ's night? And
that's coaching adjustment. I mean, they're going to have to be creative this year.
Yeah.
It's going to be a creative year for Coach K. And that whole staff, they're going to have to get creative in how they score. They're going to have to get creative in the pace they play. They're going to have to get creative in the defense they play. When you don't have go-to guys, when you don't have, all this, whatever, like you got to get creative. And he's done it many times before. So it's not like a question of whether Coach K can do it or not. Obviously, he's going to. But that's what they're going to have to do to be a top-tier team, to compete for a national championship or, ACC. They're going to have to be creative.
I don't know that they have any – maybe Jalen, but I don't know that they have any All-Americans, like first-team All-American kind of guys. So, yeah, I mean, I think just obviously it's super early, but I think the path for this team is to forge your identity on defense, just, be pests, be up underneath guys, be pressing guys, and just, throw waves at teams and just try and beat them down that way and try and get as many easy buckets as you can and try and push the pace even on, kind of like a like a Carolina play back in the day, just even on makes, we're just going because that's your best chance to score is, when you're moving quickly.
Because they are athletic. Like they're you could see it with them. Overall, they're pretty athletic. I mean, a couple of guys maybe not so much, but for the most part, you've got a team that can get out and go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's their biggest strength right now. Now, again, maybe down the road, they'll be able to score in the half court a little bit better. I think everybody will. I mean, most teams that are brand new, you're not gonna be that effective, especially with the fact that K wasn't even around this team.
Yeah,
part of the pandemic, he didn't even coach him. So, like, they're
right.
further behind than most.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could see it because at the beginning of the game when they're flying, you're like, oh, okay, that looks good. And then once Michigan State started slowing it down, you're like, ooh, that doesn't look so good. Because you can just tell they're just confused when it gets in the half court as to what to do. Like guys are cutting into one another, like, one guy's driving, another guy's cutting into where he's driving. Like, so, with a young team, like they just don't have that feel for where, okay, he's over here, I go here, he drives here, I can move this way. Like, it's just something that, like I said, go look at 2010. Like, you had a bunch of older guys on that team, and they knew, like, you didn't, and just a high basketball IQ in general on the whole team. Like, guys
just the team with Kyrie and all those guys.
Yeah, I was with them.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's the team we're talking about. Nolan and Kyle and
no, I'm talking about John and them.
Oh, you're talking about that team, the team before.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, 2011, that team, we were like big ball screen.
The team was loaded.
Yeah, that team was stacked, but we could do that. Like, you had Nolan.
But even the team before that, though, your 2010 team. Actually, that's a good point. Y'all played at a good pace.
Yeah, we played together. Right? We just played together. Yeah, we won. We just played together, and like we didn't have anybody who averaged like 20. Everybody, the leading scorers, they all averaged like 15. Right. And so like you didn't know, is it going to Kyle? Is it going to John? Is it going to Nolan? You know.
And that's when you had to, right? That's when you threw John at the point.
Yeah, John was the one and had the crazy assist turnover ratio. Yeah. Right.
You had to totally
does John get the job next?
I don't think so. I think they get a sitting head coach, but John's my guy.
Like, all right, so I've gone through this 100 times. This is a great topic. I'm glad you asked that, Austin, because I didn't want to put you guys in the spot, but whatever. What the hell? There's so many candidates, but nobody's like stepped forward. And most guys,
that's a tough job to take, man.
I wouldn't want to be the right. I would rather be the second guy. I don't want to be the first guy.
I'd rather have someone else fail first, and then I'll come in and do better than that guy.
Yeah, exactly. You want to be the second guy.
Hey, there's one guy to me that would actually want it and be the first guy. All right, go ahead, guess. Let's see if either of you get
Mike Bray
that would want it.
Mike Bray.
Nah, he's not even a Duke guy. He's not part of it.
Come on, man.
Family. He's extended.
We lost Austin. I think is he back? All right, we're getting him back on.
Yeah, we gotta get him to finish this, and we'll wrap. Then we'll wrap.
One guy. Who are you thinking?
Yeah, Bray's extended family. I don't count him as like.
You mean like a deep cut?
Yeah, he didn't play there.
You want a deep cut?
Yeah, somebody's got it. Look at the top.
Oh, Bobby.
Yep. That's the guy.
Good call, Bobby, Alex.
Take it and want it.
Yeah. But it's a tough job. But at the same time, I think he's got to do some more at Arizona State.
Agreed.
I wouldn't mind Quinn Snyder.
Yeah, but like
I just don't know that he leaves.
Yeah, I think he'd have to be like fired, and I think he's so good in Utah.
He would just get another job.
Yeah, like I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked if he, it's like the Brad Stevens, Billy Donovan. We just saw it, right? He got basically kind of got fired, sort of, at Oklahoma City. I mean, he was offered a job again, but he gets another opportunity at Chicago.
I thought I was surprised he didn't go to New Orleans.
Well, I don't know if he was a guy there or not, but that would have been a better. I mean, obviously, who wouldn't want New Orleans right now?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
I mean, you got dudes, you got young guys that you can build. Brandon Ingram's great.
Yeah, they got a bright future. I mean, if Zion is healthy.
And that's the big if.
That's a scary team.
Somebody's saying, would Brad consider it? Brad Stevens.
I think
he's not going back to college. He already told me.
Yeah, Brad is. Brad's in a good spot, man. Brad's in a really good spot.
And if he gets fired, he gets another.
He's gonna get a job like that. I mean, he'll get a job before the ink dries on his pink slip.
That's right.
Capel.
Well,
I think is a possibility.
Himself. I think he had a better shot if he stayed there, Andre, as an assistant.
I don't know. I mean, but it's hard. It's hard because you just don't know how long coach is going. Yeah, how long coach. It seems like he's on his way out, and then it's like, nope, he's still there. He's still there. He's still going. So, I see where he was coming from. And then if it's 3 more years and he goes, he puts 3 tournament runs together.
Austin said he's coming back on. Look for him jumping back on.
All right. He puts a few tournament runs together. Who knows? I mean, I think it's gonna be a timing thing.
Yeah.
Like who's guy? Yeah, who's gonna be hot? Is Johnny gonna be hot?
I don't think Johnny's gonna get it going at UCF enough, but he's still Johnny, right? He's
yeah, that's the thing. He's still Johnny. Does CC make a run?
Could John get it if he's there long enough as an assistant?
Well, the thing is, if he has a trump card in coach saying, "Hey, this is who I want,"
right.
That's always a possibility.
I mean, let's face it. That's so we've gone through him a little bit, Austin. The guy that I said wants it, would take it, is Bobby Hurley.
Oh, you said Bobby Hurley.
He would take it. Like, he would not be scared. He would want it. Where all the other guys I've talked to, they're all off the record like, I don't want that job.
I think John or Nolan would do it. You don't think so?
Well, Nolan's not in the position to do it at the moment.
You have to take the job. If you get the opportunity, you got to take it. I mean, that's a once in a lifetime. I mean,
no, you can't turn it down.
No.
Can't turn that job down. Can't turn it down.
I think the thing would be, though, is you would have to you got to win with the guys you have there, because I think recruiting would drop off a bit to start.
Right.
So you would have to, kind of like you see in football a lot, where guys win with other guys' players, and then their recruits come in and then they stink. So, you have to win early.
The one who I always thought K wanted to give it to, you guys can speak on this, was like mini me, which is Wojo.
Wojo, yeah.
Am I wrong? Like, isn't that his boy?
I thought I could see that. But again, I think it's a timing thing. Like, how hot is Marquette when coach hangs it up?
I think
because you got to win the press conference.
I don't know if you do. I don't know if K cares about winning the press conference. I don't know. I mean, isn't he just going to say, "Hey, that's who I'm picking, Kevin White. Go. That's it. It's done. There's no conversation."
Yeah, I think there'll be a conversation.
Either I think John and Nolan need a little more experience. You know what I mean? I think for a program of that magnitude, I think they're going to give it to somebody like a. Yeah, I honestly always thought Woj was going to. I thought Woj was going to be the guy.
Me too. Yeah. Because he was there so long.
I would have picked anybody. I would have picked. I love Cape. That was my.
He can recruit.
That was my guy, man. I like Cape, man. People relate to. I mean, that was my guy when I was there. I mean, that's how I related to him. You know, who knows?
The hard part with Cape is, again, you go to Pittsburgh. He wanted a head coaching job again so bad, especially one in the ACC. Took it, and it's such a major rebuild.
Yeah,
like he took it from the bottom.
He's. I mean, literally from the bottom. I mean, I think he's done a pretty good job so far.
He's done good too. Shit.
Huh? Yeah.
Cece's done good. I mean, that one year they were in the tournament and
yeah. Cece's got the best job in college basketball, because you just got to go to the tournament once every 30 years and you're good to go.
Pretty much, that's true.
But yeah, Capel, you could tell just being there. Capel's a head coach.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just some guys are head coaches.
Here's another name that I've thrown around that I think would be really good. Is, to me, Tommy Amaker.
Yeah.
Done a great job at Harvard.
Great.
Do great at Michigan. So you can say at the high major level, might not have got it done, but at Harvard, he's crushed it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I don't think he wants it. I mean, again, I don't think any of these guys really want it.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I buy any of these guys not wanting that job.
Well, I think most of them, what you're hearing is they don't want that. They don't want to be the first one.
Right.
They would want to be the second one. The first one is the worst job.
But
you can't win. There's no way to win.
What about the next coach at Duke?
That Johnny Dawkins.
Yeah.
It just depends on how hot. How hot he gets UCF.
Right. I don't think he's going to get it going. Here's my next Duke coach. Ready? JJ Redick.
No.
I just, you know what? My take on
he
all
could
this.
if he wanted to. That guy JJ can finesse just about anything.
JJ do whatever he wants.
If JJ wanted that job, I feel like if JJ really wanted it, he could be the president of the United States. If he really, really wanted to be such a finesse,
we're electing reality show stars. So
he has a chance, man. He has a chance.
By the way, wait. I got to get you both of you. Did you watch the Nate Robinson thing the other night?
Oh man, no, I caught the aftermath on Twitter though.
I watched it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I watched.
Austin,
I didn't want to. I didn't pay for it because I would not add to that. I was not paying those guys. I refused for it to come out of my pocket. I let my friend pay for it, and I watched it. It was. You could call it for whatever you want, but it was entertaining. I know that
it was.
Yeah, people were talking about it. People were talking about it.
Give him credit for getting in the ring. I will, because people don't understand. If you listen, you can say whatever you want about the kid. I know he's a YouTuber or whatever, but he has been training for 2 years, 3 years, and he has fought a couple fights professionally.
Yeah.
The kid knows how to fight.
You can't play boxing.
You know what I mean? So you can't.
There's a good one. Shane Battier. You didn't think about him. There's a guy.
Battier.
Oh yeah, Battier would be a good one.
I love Shane.
I would like Shane.
Shane's too smart to be the first person.
Yeah, you're probably right.
He's way too smart for that.
He's in Miami.
Yeah. Oh, he's in Miami.
Yeah. So then you got to get him out of Miami too. That's tough.
Is he in the front office down there?
Yeah. Scott, like analytics.
Yeah, analytics. Oh man, we had a great conversation about threes and layups at K Academy a couple years ago. It was really good.
Sure.
I got to get him on. That'll be a spirited conversation.
I don't think I've ever talked to him in my life.
Yeah, he's the best.
You'll remember if you do.
I don't really know if I've talked to anybody from Duke except the players I played with. I only know you. I know my teammates and I know my coaches. I haven't really gotten to and I know Johnny Dawkins just from him being down in Orlando at UCF. He used to let me come in the gym all the time. Yeah, Shane would be really good.
I think
what about Jay Williams, man? What about Jay Will? No.
I don't know if he wants to coach. I think he's got a great job.
He likes this shit now.
Yeah,
he's
got a great job.
You follow him on Instagram. His little rampage he goes on in the morning.
Yeah,
he's great.
He's
great.
He's
he
eating
was
that
great
up.
to me when I was.
Yeah, he's good. He gets real close to the camera and.
Yeah, he loves that. So I don't know if you could pry him away.
Listen, Jay Will. Imagine how well he could recruit.
I think he would recruit great.
Jay Will would be an instant. I mean, just think of him going to people's houses and even showing his own film and bro, that would lure kids in off.
Yeah. I think that would be a big key.
I think the more
who can
ties
recruit.
you have, the better recruiting you're going to get. The more NBA ties you have, the better recruiting you're going to get.
Yeah, pretty much. You got to be able to recruit.
Played in the NBA or has NBA ties. Top players are going to want to go there. You know, Coach Calipari coached in the NBA, and he came back to college, and he gets every player now because of the ties he has. Coach K has so many ties to USA basketball. There's no coincidence that right after he did USA basketball, he starts getting all these one and dones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was one of the best recruiting tools ever.
Best thing he ever did was do the USA basketball.
You know, he did a sit down with you. He did an illegal in home with you at USA basketball, didn't he?
Oh my god!
No comment.
I love this. This is great.
Who invited Jeff on, man?
I know, man.
Oh man, classic.
He tried to get all the wins from 2012 taken away.
Yeah, there you go. Go. All right. Well, listen. This Kansas Kentucky game is tightened up a little bit. I think it's a 5-point game. We've kept Austin on way too long.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
We talked about anything. We talked about the Duke game. We talked about G League overseas. You brought up the Nate fight.
I love you, man.
We covered everything.
You know that.
Everything.
Hey, you know I love you. Who else can I throw this shit at? Right?
I know you brought up the Nate Robinson thing. I didn't know how to react.
Hey, we've known each other a long time. If I
he
can't have fun with you,
he should have fought Jake from State Farm.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, I want you to throw your name in the ring next.
The hell no, I'm not fighting.
James Johnson.
You're not gonna have me like that.
James Johnson would kick the shit out
of
him.
No, man, he'd murder that kid.
Yeah, he's an actual fighter.
He did fight one of the smallest players to ever. And by the way, Nate only trained so long for this. If you would have gave Nate Robinson a couple of the athlete that guy is, if you would have gave him a year to train, man, he would have been a little bit more polished. He might not have won because the other guy was so much a better fighter than him. But
that dude
competitive.
That dude like fights.
Nate's still an MFer. Like Nate is still.
Yeah, but you can't play boxing though.
I know.
You can't. That isn't like
you know what? You watch that fight?
Boxing isn't like let me throw some. Nah.
It was funny at first, and it became worrisome. At some point, everybody in there was actually worried for Nate. Like I was worried. I didn't want him to. You don't want the guy to get hurt. You know, his kids are watching the fight. Like I was like, get him out of it.
Yeah, because it's like it's one thing to like if you put two guys who just don't know what they're doing in there, right? One guy whatever. But one guy is competent. Like Jake was, he's a competent boxer,
right?
And that's
we didn't know that before the fight. I didn't know anything about it.
I didn't either.
I knew he used and did stupid shit. I had no idea he was the box. I really did. I thought
be careful what you say about him.
I'm not getting in the ring.
I'm not signing no bout agreements.
No, I'm not getting no. I'm not getting.
Take you. Well, how much money would it take you to get in the ring with Jake Paul?
More than y'all have.
Austin, how much?
I don't know. It would. I mean, if I got to train him, if I got to actually.
Yeah. How long do I get to train?
Yeah. If I get. You said 2 years.
2 years. You could train for 2 years.
Oh, Jesus Christ! If I get train for 2 years, I'll do it. If I get a bag, it has to be a bag. I mean, it has to be something obscene. Because I have to put everything on the wayside for this. There's no bag. Huh?
10 mil. 10 mil. You do it.
10 mil after taxes or 10 mil pre-taxes?
20 million. I'm in 20 million. I'm in there throwing everything I got. I'm in there.
You're taking a dive. Austin's gonna
first punch. As soon as he touches me, I'm
going down. I'm going down.
Going down early.
I'm gonna take my 20 million and have me a night.
Yeah, y'all gotta pay me up front.
If I get 2 years, that's a lot of time to train for a fight, bro. Yeah. That's too much time. For 2 years, I should be competitive with him. You know what I mean? Like I should be fighting.
Yeah, 2 years, you should be competent.
That's a lot of time.
You should know how to throw. You should know how to throw a punch.
Nate had like a month. Like what? Nate had 2 months to train.
I think it was 2 months.
He was set up. That's why I give him credit. I give Nate a lot of credit, and then I give Jake credit for after the fight. He handled himself well, like the way he talked and
did he? I didn't see that.
He was real professional.
Well, besides calling out Connor.
Well, yeah, that's just a stunt. He's trying to get that bag, man. You fight a Conor McGregor or Floyd Mayweather, you're not looking at $1 million. You're looking.
Oh no, you're gonna make a lot of money.
But wouldn't he die? I mean, that
probably
kid looks like he would die.
Yeah, he'd get hurt. He'd get hurt.
Connor would beat the shit out of him.
I don't know enough about fighting.
I don't know enough
to answer that question. I don't
know.
No,
Connor will beat the shit out of him. Connor's a fighter. Connor's a world-class fighter.
What about Mayweather? I mean, that was ridiculous. I mean,
Mayweather would. He might Mayweather like he doesn't hit real hard, but he would make him look stupid.
Yeah, it would look bad. It'd be bad.
He wouldn't.
Hey, how was the Tyson fight?
It was for what it was.
Was it?
Damn impressive. For them to be fighting at that age, you could tell they were holding back a little bit. They definitely talked before the fight, like, "Yo, let's like hit each other, get this bag, but not hurt each other." Because there were times where Tyson could have took his head off and didn't do it.
Yeah, Roy was tired after about.
Oh man, he was
3 rounds. He was gassed.
He kept going though. He kept going. He kept fighting. He actually started to get better the later the fight went.
Yeah, well, he had to because he knew he was like, man, I can't chill too much because Mike hit me one time, it'll be over with.
So the best part of the night was Snoop commentating.
Oh yeah, he was acting a fool, man.
Mike Tyson's interview after the fight was so. I mean, you can't. Yeah, that was. Someone was commented. Someone, you know who would be a great. You know who would get everybody if he coached Duke.
Go ahead.
We missed somebody.
Your dad,
Grant Hill.
Ooh.
If Grant Hill came back and coached Duke,
I think
it would be unbelievable.
He's already.
I think Grant's got too much. Yeah, Grant's got too much money.
The dude does everything. Everywhere you look.
I didn't know he's part owner of the Hawk.
Yeah, Grant's too rich. Grant's too rich for that.
He keep coaching. Coach K what did Coach K make? He's got to be one of the highest paid coaches in sports.
$8 million,
yeah, but
like
Grant's a part owner of the Hawks.
No, Grant. Yeah, that's just his business.
Grant was an all pro. He got different kind of money. He got different kind of money.
No, that's true. He does. He would be, but if he did do that,
I think he'd be great. I think he'd be great.
Unbelievable.
So smooth, like everybody likes him. Everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean Grant Hill's like, I mean, that's
why the problem is these kids' dads probably wouldn't let Grant in the house. They think he might take his wife.
Oh my God, I'm about to get out of here.
All right.
On that note, I'm out of here.
Thanks, boys.
All right, I'll see y'all later.
Good job, Dre.
All right, Jeff.
Thanks.
Later, Austin.